Hi, BonBonB here. Today we'll be looking at a mod for Cities Skylines 2, which is perfect for the control freak builders. It's time to get the exact building in the exact location, and no more leaving it to chance. Find It is another mod which many of us will remember from Cities Skylines 1. And yes, it is more than just an in-game search engine. Find It for Cities Skylines 2 is hosted by TDW, who is continuing to support and develop it with new features expected in the coming weeks and months. The link to find it on Paradox Mods is in the description below. Let's add it to your current playset and then load up your game. Once started, you'll find a new button in the bottom right of your screen, in the shape of a magnifying glass. Clicking this will open the mod, as will the default hotkey Ctrl F. And here is where the fun begins. It's also where you realise just how many unique assets come with the base game. Just imagine what we'll have when the asset editor is finally released. Sorry, I digress. Let's jump straight to the point. Click on an item, click on the terrain, the item is placed. If you are in any doubt, I hope this has won you over. So, there are two different tools within Find It. Let's start with the main Find It search tool. You can open this with the default hotkey Ctrl F, or you can click the magnifying glass button in the bottom right. This will open the search window. At the bottom of the main window is everything, and I mean absolutely everything, you can place in the game. At the top of the window, we can narrow this by category. Networks doesn't just include roads and rails, but also things like bridge pillars as well. Buildings is every building and every level of building. Trees includes bushes, rocks, pot plants and animal spawners. Props including streetlights, billboards and decals. Vehicles for land, air and sea. And the Favourites tab for all your most used assets. Each category has subfolders. For example, under props we have surfaces, fences, decals and roadside props. If all this is too small for you, you can expand the window using this button. And you can further fine-tune your search with the filters button, which will have different options available depending on the category. For example, we'll look for a small but high-level low-density residential building. Select low density, then filter set for 2x2, building level 5, and a zone type of low. We'll accept both North American and European along with any DLC options. And we have 6 buildings to select from. You'll notice that all 6 are immediately condemned, and that's because for buildings you need a supporting mod called Plop The Growables, which I'll link into the description as well, and make a follow-up video in the near future. If you're watching this in more than a few weeks' time, the video will already be on the channel. Roads, props, trees and stuff doesn't need zoning and as such won't despawn, so you are free to detail as much as you like. If you know the name of the asset or have a fairly good guess, you can type it into the search bar and let the mod narrow it down for you. Find It also works flawlessly in conjunction with other mods such as Anarchy and the Line tool, and you can then use Move It to fine-tune your handiwork. Speaking of Anarchy and Move It, I already have recorded tutorials for both these mods, amongst others, with the Line tool and Plop The Growables coming soon. We're almost done with Find It, but it has one last trick up its sleeve. Can't find the exact item you want despite filtering and scrolling for minutes? You know it must be here somewhere because the game spawned one in already. Click the eyedropper button or hotkey Ctrl P, and then click on the building to select, and click once again to place. This doesn't just work for buildings, but anything. Personally, I find this especially time saving for road laying, as you can switch between road types as quickly as you can click on them. Anyway, with many more mods to explore, you really should subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell right now. If you enjoyed this tutorial or found it helpful, why not give that like button a click and say hi in the comments. As always, a shout out to all the BonBonB buddies on Patreon and YouTube membership. You can have your name added to this list by heading over to patreon.com/BonBonB. Thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking and subscribing. I've been BonBonB and you've been very, very welcome.